Hello again, and welcome back to Rolynn's Reviews. So glad that you are here with me again. I told you I would be live this evening. It is finally Friday, and I don't know about you, but I am thrilled, and I am so glad to be of course, here with you again. And we were discussing some of this in the chat last evening, and several of you said, yeah, we need to talk about this. Yes, Baldwin, you know I am. So, again, I hope everyone had an enjoyable, productive day. Um, and hey, we have to make the best of the days that we have. We do not know when it will be our last. Okay, so um, I try to tell my students, don't get involved in nonsense with people that, you know, I said in a few years, I tell them after you graduate, you're not going to have any more contact with a lot of these people that you're having all these problems with now. So just grin and bear it. That's all you can do at this point. All right, as you fill up the chat room, please do me one small favor, if you will. Um, please share this content out and hit that like button for me. Let's bring more people into the conversation. Um, and tell me what you think about this subject matter as well. All right. I'll give you a couple of more minutes. Um, I like to try to hit everyone, as many people as possible in the beginning. Okay. All right. We'll do our roll call and we'll take it from there. Okay. All right. Baldwin Birds is here. How are you doing, love? Tina is here. Laurie, Dorian, Chubbs, Isaiah. Chubbs, how are you doing, dear? Are you back home yet? Oh, Mrs. Chubbs. Oh my God. Let me send some praying hands for him. I'm so sorry. He did come on for a short period last night, and he did tell us that he was in the hospital. So we're definitely sending prayers up. Thank you so much, Mrs. Chubbs, for keeping us informed of his situation. And the more people, because we all love him here at the Rollins Reviews YouTube channel, and he's an integral part of what we do. And so let him know, please, ma'am, that we are all praying for him, and we definitely wish him a very speedy recovery. Thank you, Baldwin Birds. Yes. Okay. Let's all send some prayers up for Chubbs. Again, we're a family here, and we definitely want him to get back on the road to recovery. Thank you so much, Miss Chubbs, for taking time out of your busy schedule. I know how it is to have a loved one in the hospital, and that can be very taxing. So thank you so much for jumping on and letting us know what was going on. James, how you doing, dear? Yes, thank you so much. Right. Happy thoughts, optimistic thoughts, and prayers. That's what we're sending Chubbs' way, because we love him here on this channel. And we're one big family. Thank you so much. Sharice, how you doing, love? Love and prayers for Chubbs. That's right. That's what we're sending, love as well as prayers. Oh my goodness. And I'm glad that we are so close knit here on this channel. And and I guess, folks, again, we have mostly older people, and I always tell people I have more days behind me than I do ahead of me, so we don't have time for nonsense. We've got to make every day count. Tina, how you doing, love? Glad that you're here. Dorian, hello, greetings. Hello, those of you just entering the chat room, please hit the like button. Also, please send up a prayer for Chubbs. He's ill right now, and we're all sending some prayers up for him. His wife was kind enough to come to the chat and let us know what was going on, and so that is greatly appreciated. William, life is short. Without friends, you're worthless. Yes, William, exactly. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, love. Um, and so, yeah, okay, that's what it's all about. Building relationships with people. And I enjoy the times that we have here. Especially if I've had a taxing day at the school, I get to come here. Obviously, I've been talking to teenagers all day long. So when I come here, I get to decompress, talk to like minded people, old adults, okay, who have a total different um, frame of mind. And to me, that's cathartic. That helps me. James, it's important to know that any day can be the last, and at the same time plan for a future. Not easy at all. James, you're absolutely right, dear. You're absolutely right. All right, and I hope you are familiar, if you've been keeping up, particularly with Fox News, but all over, these Democrats have just lost it. They are continuing to be exposed, and they are losing their stuff. And I wasn't going to keep you forever. The only time we have really long live stream is when we're watching one of those Dalton Village meetings or Thornton Township meetings. So hopefully I won't keep you that long. But tell me, folks, look at the title and then tell me what your thought process is in reference to the title. Love you too, Isaiah. Thank you for coming in, love. Thank you so much. So I'm going to share this first video, and a lot of what we've said and stated, we've been talking about for over a year on this channel in reference to the Democrats. Hey, they're continuing to show their true colors shining through. And so I'm just watching everything that they're doing. And when you've been watching them for a while, you're like, okay, I know what's next. Maxine Waters needs to be voted out. Robert, go back and look at my older videos, love. Maxine Waters needs to go to Shady Pines. And she needs to take Mitch McConnell, and there are several other people who've been up there since the beginning of time. They're relics, they're dinosaurs. It is time for them to go. Oh my God. William, they hate Elon, but want Wi-Fi and electric cars and rockets. Yeah, they're a trip. How you doing, Butterfly Nest? Yes. What it is, William, they're upset because the exposure is continuing. And so now they're going to go to their bag of tricks, which we're already familiar with. So let's watch this. And I'm not saying that, we love everything that every single thing Trump says or does, every single thing that Elon says or does, but this is much needed, folks. How you doing, traveling mom? I'm telling you, I've been keeping up with this. How you doing, U.S. Army retired? Thank you for your service, sir. There is so much waste, fraud, and abuse. It is ridiculous. Yes, William. On this channel, William, we talk about it all the time. Yes. Rhinos. So let's listen to this, and then I'll give you my thought process, and I'll try to keep up with all of your comments in the comment section. Here we go.
ID. Gizmodo said this is the reason.
Now let me warn you. Now this, I wanted to play this because Roly Poly, he has his conspiracy theories, and I wanted you to hear this crap that he and the other. This is their thought process. This is what they're thinking about what's taking place. So listen to this. So this is Rolynn Martin. The name of his show is Unfiltered. It needs to be called Unhinged. All right, here we go. Our traveling mom likes that one.
Folks, the attacks by Elon Musk on USAID, Gizmodo said this is the reason they were investigating his Starlink contracts with Ukraine. You see right here, he has been attacking this agency more than any other. And the Lever actually reported that, let me actually just go to their reporting, that the Lever reported that they were in the midst of the USAID Inspector General was in the process of investigating its own public-private partnership between Musk, Starlink, and the Ukrainian government at the time that his DOGE crippled the agency. And what does that tell you? And then, of course, you have this happening right here. Let me pull it up here, which, again, is a joke. It shows you how these people are utterly insane. At today's news conference, Carolyn Levitt, okay, who is frankly nothing but an airhead, listen to what she actually said about Elon Musk and conflicts of interest.
With Spectrum News. You talked a bit about DOGE. Elon Musk is currently a, quote, special government employee who also owns companies that have billions of dollars in federal contracts. You said earlier this week that he has abided by all applicable federal laws, but what steps is the Trump administration taking to address that conflict of interest?
The president was already asked and answered this question this week, and he said if Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts and the funding that DOGE is overseeing, then Elon will excuse himself from those contracts. And he has, again, abided by all applicable laws.
So if Elon comes across a conflict, he's going to say, hey, guys, I have a conflict. Let's see, pull up my panel by show of hands.
If you've ever
let me get rid of the commercial. Yes, Robert, these Democrats need to be concentrating on trying to repair their reputation. Robert just dropped a truth bomb. That's what they need to be working on, because it sounds to me like they're still stuck on stupid. I'm just saying. So yeah, as I play this, and like I said, I just listen to them and just laugh. Janet, how are you? Those folks insult anyone who disagrees with them. Yes, Janet, and they'll stop talking to family, friends. They don't care. They're awful. All right, here we go.
Think he's going to do that? No, I didn't think so. Daniel, right there, when you talk about the USAID investigation with Starlink contracts, hello, that's a conflict of interest right there.
Not only is it a conflict of interest, but these are really scary times. I mean, I want people to understand that when we talk about, first of all, self-excusing yourself and an individual that has gone through a very non-competitive space to get, as you mentioned earlier, over $15 billion in federal contracts. This is not only a conflict of interest, but internationally, most people don't even realize that USAID is focused specifically on disaster relief and recovery, poverty efforts, security issues, national security issues. So when you see someone that can actually weaponize an area where our country and our partners are at risk, individuals that have been committed to the safety and security of these areas. You saw what the Biden administration did around offering aid to Ukraine. Look, regardless of what an individual believes, supports, or doesn't support, when it comes to our foreign adversaries, as well as those who we work with, I think it's a challenge because most people don't understand. As a political appointee, I went under more scrutiny and a background check than Elon Musk has gone through in one day. And when you have individuals like this that don't have to go through a confirmation, no accountability, and they're able to go in and remove individuals and organization at their own discretion, we're going to see this type of irreparable damage for a long time. And quite frankly, it pisses me off, man, to see what's going on right now around our country with unchecked powers that this.
Okay, so he's just telling us what he's pissed off about. Let me tell you what I'm pissed off about. You let this last Biden-Harris administration flooded this country with millions of illegal people. You talking about security and things being unchecked. You said nothing, sir. I don't remember hearing you say anything about all of these people who came into this country illegally, sapping the resources, we, the American taxpayer, footed that bill, billions and billions of dollars, and we're still footing the bill. So I don't want to hear anything that has upset you or that is continuing to upset you. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Yes, William, Mitch McConnell, he's a rhino. He needs to go to Shady Pines too. All these people need to go. We need some young people with some fresh ideas. Right, U.S. Army. I don't do U.S. Army. Maybe I missed it. Do you recall him saying anything about all of these millions of people that the Biden-Harris administration flooded this country with? I don't recall hearing, or I'm just now seeing him for the first time when I watched this video before. So, Peter, finding those skeletons in the closet. Exactly. And so now the Democrats are there. I mean, they were already unhinged, but I mean, they're losing it. Right, U.S. Army? No. Roland Martin and Airhead, he needs to look at himself. Robert, yes, you weren't here on the channel when he was on live TV. And, I started calling him Roland Butt Cheeks Martin because he pulled something up on Twitter and it was a man walking by and all you could see was butt cheeks. All right. So let this play.
This individual is doing. We're hearing more about Elon Musk than our vice president. That's a problem. And
well, that's because Elon Musk is the vice president, or Elon Musk is actually the co-president.
Folks, you've heard me say this time and time again, and I'll say it right now. Ain't no millionaires and billionaires contributing to our show, even the black ones. Do you have major advertisers who are spending their ad dollars with us? Absolutely not.
Why would you need millionaires and billionaires to contribute to your show? You're doing well, sir. How much did Skamala, the Curry Queen, give him? Oh, I seem to have forgotten. Someone type it in the comment section. How you doing, Brenda? These guys are a trip. And Americans are awake, and they're sick and tired of them. Yes, Peter, me too. Sad as the network is paying. William said sad the network is paying for. He's lying. That's all he does, William. That's all. Thank you. Oh, that's good, Brenda. Okay, here we go.
Because the agencies say that, well, we don't do news. We can't do news. But I see these ads on Fox Money for the people producing and working it.
Now he's talking. I'm not even going to play the rest of that because I can't stomach listening to him too long. He's talking about Fox News and how they're paid. Sir, no one needs to pay you anything except no attention because you are a fraud. How you doing, Thor? Where have you been, love? And so these Democrats are in their feelings. They are being exposed. Their hypocrisy is continuing to be exposed. All right, so I will stop that there. And I'm going to continue to share content with you. And let me show you this. And we know the real reason that they're upset. Big Cheese, how are you? I support Trump's immigration policies and his decision to stop economic aid to Africa and the Caribbean. Okay. Rodney, how are you, love? Rodney wants to know how AOC is worth 29 million. Yeah, they all come out like that, Rodney. It's called money laundering. And that's why they didn't want to upset the apple cart. And so this is what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to throw a wrench and they're going to try to stop everything, but it's not going to work. So now what they're trying to do, and this is what I wanted to bring up, and I'm going to talk about, I have a little Twitter post that I'm going to share with you too. Insider trade, Rich gets it, money laundering, all kinds of stuff that they're doing. And that's why they are so upset. Mayor, how you doing, love? All of you who are here, please do me one small favor and hit that like button. Glad you're here. On this channel, we expose the truth. So this is what the Black Democratic shills, the puppets, the gatekeepers, the black bull. This is what they're trying to do now. If you don't know, let me explain. How you doing, Joey? Dave said the Dems are crybaby. Dave, they don't get it. They lost the House, the White House, the Senate. They still don't get it. No one likes your policies except you. Okay, the American people have spoken. And so that they just don't know what to do. And so what they want to do, let me tell you what they're going to try to do. Now, you know, Al Sharpton, I've already done a video on this. Rich, yes, Trump is pulling back the curtain, sir. So if you remember, I did a video, I think it was last week. Al Sharpton, they're all upset about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Oh, Trump, you know, he's a racist, of course, racist. That's all we keep hearing because he's getting rid of, you know, DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, all of that. Right, Mayor? And so they're starting, you know their playbook. So they're trying to get protesters rallying across the U.S. against Trump and his administration's policies. Rolynn, you like Rolynn Butt Cheeks Martin. Robert, were you here? I did a video on that. That was hilarious. Sharice, perhaps they would be more believable if they were to also protest the trillions of wasteful foreign spending. Oh, exactly, Sharice. Protesters gathered Wednesday as part of a movement opposing the Trump administration's policies and Project 2025. And I'll remind anyone, how you doing, Trish? The writers of Project 2025, they supported the Skamala, the Curry Queen. They did not support Trump. So they, you know, just low intelligence people that would, you know, continue to listen to their lies. And it's just unbelievable. Trump, I mean, how you doing, Aunt Kenny's? Thank you for covering. I'm here, just got here. Oh, okay, Aunt Kenny. That's great, love. We've been sort of mentioning it, you know, the super mayor has kept me kind of busy, but we were mentioning this. I think we were discussing this in the last couple of videos, and I promised everyone that I would definitely do a video on it because a lot of you were giving me some insight. Isaiah, what a shame. What a joke. Yes, Tina, Heritage House Project 2025. And right, exactly. Mary's trying to eliminate all the ridiculous spending. Yes, Mayor, you know, a lot of that money winds up in their pockets. I just dropped another truth bomb. Funneled to foreign bank accounts. Joey, an all handsome dude. Joey, how you doing, love? All right. So the protests, which took place largely in state capitals, were organized by an online movement dubbed 5501, meaning 50 protests, 50 states, one day. The grassroots effort has been organized across social media sites using hashtags Build the Resistance and 5501, calling on Americans to fight fascism. I don't make this stuff up. These people are nuts. Protesters marched and gathered in cities including Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Philadelphia, holding signs with messages like silence is violence, defend democracy, impeach Trump, and death to fascism. Vermont college student Andy Cole was among those protesting outside the Vermont State House in Montpelier on Wednesday. I came out here today because it's important for people to be here, Cole told ABC, Montpelier affiliate, WVNY. As a young person, it's important for me to be here. As a human, it's important for me to be here. I would not be able to sleep at night if I didn't become engaged and didn't be active in my community, especially with everything that's happening right now, Cole continued. All right. And so again, all this is about, folks, is they're continuing to be exposed. Butterfly said they protested in Austin on Wednesday. Thank you, Butterfly. Oh, no problem, Joey. I try. Robert, how about doing a show with all the Mexican protesters? Oh, Robert, yeah, a lot of the illegals. And we know the Democrats are funding that. The Democrats in California, they put a little slush fund to the side, millions of dollars. Now, you know, the people in California, particularly LA, that just lost everything, they could use that money. But no, the Democrats want to take millions of dollars to hire attorneys to help illegals. Yes, Dave, you're absolutely right. Hit that like button, folks, and also hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying this content. And this is, they don't get it. They are still continuing to do for everyone except Americans. They don't get, they're slow. They'll never win another election, which is good for the country. Rita, how you doing, love? They don't want parents to have money to put them in private schools. I put my kid in private school for 5 years. Rita, as a public school educator for 27 years, I approve of that comment. And you're very smart, Rita. Very smart. Aunt Kenny said they're doing raids in was that Arizona? Okay. All right. And so in the first weeks of his new term, President Donald Trump has signed a slew of executive orders, some of which are already facing legal challenges. Protesters on Wednesday highlighted Trump's immigration policies, carrying signs saying no human is illegal, as the administration takes unprecedented action to remove as many undocumented migrants from the United States as possible. Demonstrators also protested actions targeting LGBTQ people the same day that Trump signed an executive order banning transgender athletes from women's sports. Yes. Coming back to getting some normalcy back, right? Where last week he signed an order seeking to restrict gender-affirming care for people under the age of 19. Protesters also call to save the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, which oversees foreign aid, disaster relief, and international development programs. Okay, it's a lot going on with that agency, folks. And so Elon Musk, the head of the Department of DOGE, Government Efficiency, said this week he was in the process of shutting down the agency with the backing of Trump as part of efforts to trim the size of the federal government and eliminate waste. Now, we know how Democrats operate. Look at Kamala's presidential campaign. Look at, if you've been here last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been doing videos on the super mayor. Millions of dollars are unaccounted for. Democrats always spend someone else's money recklessly. All right. And so this is there's a lot going on there, folks. Many demonstrators took aim at Musk in particular, highlighting his efforts to dismantle government agencies and gain access to government data. Now, folks, that's what they really don't want. Gaining that access to that data. OMG. And I've even heard they were talking about there may be death threats against him. You know how the Democrats operate. Tina, I can't believe how entitled these illegal immigrants think they are. The Democrats are showing them and helping them. We can thank the Democrats for that, Tina. Roger, if every public school was as qualified as you, then public schools would be the best choice. Thank you, Roger. Thank you for that, love. William, high inflation. The Dems blame Trump. William, they blame him for everything. Democrats never, ever take responsibility. Then they don't take accountability. It's always someone else's fault. And so I just wanted to share that with you. And you already know it. So let me show you this Twitter post. And then I have a video to share with you. And if you're enjoying this, hey, share it out, folks. They have been exposed and they are continuing to be exposed. Okay, and here's a little post. I follow DOGE on Twitter. Sharice, how is looting the American treasury by supporting foreign governments and foreign nationals constitutional? Sharice, typical Democrats. They don't support Americans any kind of way. They're saying no one voted for Musk. Well, no one voted for Fauci and Gates. Mayor, truth bomb. Thank you, Rita. I heard they're finding large PPP loans. Rita, there is so much waste, fraud, and abuse. And see, that's why they're getting scared. So they're coming up with these diversionary tactics. So look at this. In the past 48 hours, HHS canceled 62 contracts worth $182 million. These contracts were entirely for administrative expenses. None touched any healthcare programs. This included terminating a $168,000 contract for, guess who? Anthony Fauci. For an Anthony Fauci exhibit at the NIH Museum. So they're trying to, I guess, put a bust of Anthony Fauci there at the National Institutes of Health. Get out of here. Auntie Kenny's, my aunts are struggling in Philadelphia and can't get any assistance, but we had money over the last 4 years to help everyone else. I'm glad my president is back. Aunt Kenny's, exactly. That's the issue I have with Democrats. They do for everyone except Americans. And this is my issue. I'm doing a video tomorrow. Look at all these people that fled all over 100 plus countries. They're over here marching, protesting. Newsflash, I have a serious problem with these people. I don't see them carrying American flags. They're carrying their home country's flags. Ma'am, sir, go back to your home country. I just dropped another truth bomb. How you doing, Donovan? Yes, hit the like button, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Donovan. And so tell me what you think about that. Now that bothers me. All these people, I didn't see one American flag. Yes, James, that too. I didn't see one American flag. All these people are protesting, and they have their home country's flag. And U.S. Army, I know U.S. Army, if he's still here, I know, that is not right. So yeah, but they're here. Go back. So no, take your flags back to, Mexico. Right. Combat medic. How you doing, love? Combat. And so the protests that I saw, all I could see were flags from other countries. And I said, OMG. Robert, they need to spend their own money on these. Right, Robert, but they're spending the American taxpayers' money. And I'm glad, again, Jim Crow Joe Biden, he hired an additional 80,000 IRS workers. Trump said they can go work at the border if they even have jobs. So you funded these non-Americans. Then you hired 80,000 additional IRS workers to come after us for more money. I have a serious problem with that. Christine, how you doing, love? How are you? So again, if you're going to take my money, at least spend it on Americans. That's all I'm saying. Barnes. Barnes knows about it too. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Combat. All right. Oh, Butterfly Nest, you were here. I said that. All of these liberal governors, mayors, all of these people, we're not going to cooperate with Trump or Tom Homan. All he has to do, there is no state that can survive without federal money. And Trump is over the money. All he has to do is cut the money into the story. So let me show you this. And so I get a little bit passionate, folks, when it comes to this, because this is just not right. And these people are going through some serious Trump derangement syndrome. They're angry, they're upset because Kamala did not win, and they're just losing their minds. Okay, I'll go back and listen to the butterfly of Trump's order. Oh, okay. So I must have missed something. All right, folks. So listen up. Let me tell you what the Democrats are trying to do. If you don't know already, but most of you here, you know what's going on because you have their number. Brenda, I go to the store and have to speak Spanish. It's been bad for years. Oh, Brenda. Why is it that America funds the work? Dave, exactly. Right. We have enough problems here in this country. Stop taking care of everyone else. Trish said the gig is up, Dims. Yes. So let me tell you what's going on. The reason you see these black Democratic shields, the black bole, the black gatekeepers, they are trying to get Black Americans up and emotional and in the streets protesting. And I'm going to show you this video coming up. They're trying to get them in the streets. They're not going to get me because I'm not going because I know what they're up to. Emotional. And I'm going to show you what do they keep doing? Going back to the old playbook, talking about back in the day, what happened. So you know they got to bring that up. And so they're trying to get the average Black American to go out and get them emotional, upset, go out in the streets, protest, tear things up. You know, typical Democrat play. You know that. While they're sitting at homes in their $1 million mansions, in their gated communities, they're making millions of dollars laundering money from the U.S. government. But they want you to go in the streets and protest. No, I'm not going to do that. I didn't protest before Trump became president. I'm not, for what? Black Americans have no reason to go into the streets and protest, but that's what they're so angry because they know the exposure is continuing to happen and they're losing it. They are guilty. They are so upset. They don't want to lose their piece of the pie. So again, they want us in the streets being tear gassed. No, ma'am, no, sir. We have no how you doing, Lanita? Trish, we're not marching for this. No more tricks. Yes. Brenda, yes. Take care of home first. Barnes, the gravy train has been derailed and the tapes are coming off. Yes. Tina, I'm hoping Elon Musk doesn't get assassinated or somebody attempts to kill him. Tina, they're talking about, it's a little scary now for him. Yeah, people, because you know how the Democrats operate. When you're about to expose them, sometimes you have a bad accident or something happens. They're something. Mayor, I'm an immigrant, came here legally and became a citizen. We had to assimilate and learn the language. Okay, Mayor, thanks for that info, love. William, Mitch McConnell wants this sad, but he follows the. Yeah, Mitch McConnell, William needs to go to Shady Pines with Maxine Waters and a few other people. Roger, wait until DOGE audits Homeland Security, Social Security, and HUD. Woo, Roger. That's going to be scary. Trump and Elon. Well, really, Elon. He's going to audit the books and, share it with Trump. We know how that works. Wasteful spending is being exposed. They don't like that. They want to continue to waste money. You heard what Trump told all those people, those federal workers, get back to work. They're sitting at the house. Too many government employees, people working from home. You don't need all those people. How you doing, Katie? You don't need all those people. Scamming the U.S. government. Well, really, the American taxpayer. Those nice, cushy jobs, nice salaries. Katie said, hello, Rolynn. How are you? I just watched this clown show and was really feeling sad for the Democrats. They are so low. Katie, yes. Did you think we'd get this much action? Barnes, I sort of figured Trump's usually, he's usually on point. So, Tina, I went on one Hispanic video that was mad and hurt at the blacks, that the blacks are not protesting. What do Hispanics told him blacks are not illegal? Oh, Tina, yeah, a lot of Hispanic. I saw some Mexican, one guy had to shut his TikTok account down, mad, saying, Black Americans aren't helping us. But hey, Trump told everyone what he was going to do, and I can't do anything if you're illegal. There's nothing I can do. All right, let's listen to this, folks.
Thank you very much, you guys. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, and this is the story. We are waiting for President Trump at the White House, where he will sign more executive orders. His first 2 weeks have just absolutely been at warp speed, making past administrations seem, quote, almost like snail mail, according to USA Today's DC bureau chief Susan Page. Meanwhile, Trump's chief disruptor, Elon Musk, coming under a lot of fire from Democrats who say that he has too much power. And he's pushing to rid the government of a lot of wasteful spending.
Anytime a person can pay $250 million into a campaign and they be given full access to the Department of Treasury of the United States of America, we are at war.
We will not allow the shadow government that Musk is leading to destroy government agencies.
We have got to tell Elon Musk, nobody elected your ass.
Congressman Jerry Connolly and other Democrats are going to call for the committee's Republicans to subpoena Elon Musk.
Right. That absolutely hypocrites. Right. Kay, the fraud is sickening. Yes. All right. Let me get rid of this and see. All right.
The House Oversight Committee yesterday holding a hearing on resizing or right-sizing the government. This is Democrats fight the billionaire Elon Musk's efforts to slash government spending. Let's bring in the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer. That was quite a hearing you had yesterday. The Democrats really seem to be gunning for Mr. Musk.
They're gunning for Mr. Musk. I find it ironic that they keep referring to Elon Musk as an unelected bureaucrat or whatever their terminology is they're using when they've stood silent over the past 4 years when unelected bureaucrats have seemingly been running our country. Yep. They've been operating their agencies without any oversight, without any accountability, and they've been doing what they wanted to do, whether it was letting employees work from home or enacting policy like forgiving student loan debt when clearly the law didn't state that. I support what Elon Musk is doing. He's being very transparent with the American people. He's tweeting out multiple tweets per hour saying what his goals are, and I think it's what the American people want.
Yeah, well, I guess your position on bureaucrats depends on whose bureaucrats they are. People tend to like their own bureaucrats better than they like other ones. But the Democrats are taking to the streets. The kerfuffle over USAID has got them really worked up, USAID. Listen to what they've been saying out there on the streets.
We're here today because an unelected billionaire and his team have been given full and unfettered access to our taxpayer money and our government.
We know that we work for the American people. And what we're not going to do is stand around while they pull this bull.
Oh, excuse me, folks. Did she just say we work for the American people? I beg to differ. You work for yourselves and for illegals. You don't work for the American people. The American people don't miss, what's her name? Jasmine. You need to check yourself. Okay. You didn't see this referendum from the American people. The Democrats don't work for Americans, ma'am. I'll continue.
We have got to tell Elon Musk, nobody elected your.
Wow. Well, they certainly are worked up. What's interesting is that a new Reuters Ipsos poll shows that if given the chance, 56% of people in America would suspend all foreign assistance, not just USAID. But when they say that Elon Musk has got unfettered access to American taxpayer money, he doesn't. He had, up until recently, unfettered access to look at where it was being spent. And now apparently the DOJ has restricted that access at the Treasury Department. Now only 2 Treasury Department employees with read-only access can look into where the money's going. But they seem to be characterizing this in a way that's not actually happening.
It's not. This is one of the false narratives that the Democrats have operated by over the past 4 years. They would all get together on a false narrative and work with their allies in the left and on the in the left-wing media to try to spread disinformation. What Elon Musk is doing is very transparent. I think it's very popular with the American people. He's looking at government waste, fraud, abuse, and inefficiency in the federal government and trying to root it out. That's what we need desperately. We can't continue to operate with a $2 trillion annual deficit. We've got to get spending under control. The best place to look, and the polling shows that, is with foreign aid. And the Democrats, this is a strange hill for them to die on because I don't think the American people support foreign aid in general. But when they really dissect the numbers and realize that USAID hasn't been transparent with Congress, and we're going to find more and more suspicious transactions with this USAID money, whether it be to certain left-wing political media outlets or whether it be to certain left-wing groups that are spreading, and trying to indoctrinate people into left-wing ideology. I think the American people are going to support what Elon Musk is doing. And I said this at the hearing yesterday. Trump derangement syndrome is a virus that the Democrats have had for 4 years. It appears that virus has mutated into Musk derangement syndrome now.
Well, I mean, there are so many targets. Hey, we don't have time to talk about it, but I just wanted to point out that you've got a hearing coming up on March the 5th, at which the mayors of 4 sanctuary cities, New York, Chicago, Boston, and Denver, will be in attendance. So we'll be watching for that. Mr. Chairman, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Dana.
Senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram's live on the Hill. So, Chad, what's happening in the Senate right now?
I wanted to address, the Congressional Black Caucus, Katie, I talk about them all the time. They're headed by immigrants. So the Congressional Black Caucus may as well be disbanded. I don't know why. They push the immigrant agenda. So, I'm telling you, the Congressional, everything, if you notice, everything that they support is for immigrants. Mayor said Biden's presidency was the scam of the century. Yeah. Tina said it's not a virus, it's the devil. Oh, wow. If they think they're going to put up, we're going to put up with their crap this summer, they have enough. Yeah, Barnes, what they're trying to do, and the black gatekeepers, the black bole, they're trying to get regular, working class black Americans angry, emotional, out in the streets protesting. While again, they're sitting in their $1 million mansions in their gated communities, but they're fighting for you and me. Ah, what a joke. I don't need any of those people to fight for me. I have a man upstairs who fights for me. So, and all they care about is themselves. They're not fighting for you or me or any American. James, James, we know, love. We know. Yeah. Okay. I'll continue.
Well, it's a marathon session, a talkathon. In fact, Democrats kept the Senate in session since 10:30 yesterday morning and through the night. They're protesting DOGE, Elon Musk, and the nomination of Russ Vought as budget director. Democrats claim Musk and Vought will steal the power of the purse granted to Congress under the Constitution.
Whatever the challenge is, whatever the fear is, what I want to tell you right now is don't normalize a president who is violating the separation of powers. Don't normalize a president who is violating civil service laws. Don't normalize a president who is ignoring the dictates of Congress and establishing agencies.
Some Republicans have privately whispered skepticism about Musk and the role of the executive branch when it comes to federal spending. But publicly, nearly all Republicans applaud what DOGE is doing. The GOP wants to weed out what it says is unnecessary spending.
There's a reckoning coming, and the American people support this. I think permanent Washington is shaking right now because they're really afraid the American people are going to understand what's been going on for years, if not decades.
Democrats have long tailored a message opposing President Trump, but now the left has another foe, Elon Musk. Liberals are working to undercut Musk.
We are going to fight to fire Elon Musk, or at minimum, anybody in this country, anybody in Congress should at least agree that he shouldn't be given unconstitutional powers to enrich himself with our taxpayer money.
Democrats worry about votes if he's confirmed as budget director, but Democrats cannot derail the nomination. That's because all Republicans will vote yes. The Democrats' protest time expires at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. Vote could become only the second nominee confirmed without bipartisan support.
So let's bring in Carolyn Levitt, the White House press secretary, to dig more into this and other issues. Carolyn, it's great to see you. It's good to have our own private briefing today.
It's great to see you, too. Thanks for having me, guys.
So the Democrats are really screaming from the rooftops about DOGE, all centered around Elon Musk and USAID. Here's just a little bit of what they've been doing in the past few days.
First and foremost, Elon Musk. This is a dictatorship in the making. We're not going to have apartheid in America anymore.
So here's the interesting thing. A Reuters Ipsos poll that was done right after the USAID news broke found that 56% of people would like to see all foreign assistance programs suspended, which is leading a lot of people to say that the Democrats have picked a very weird hill to die on.
Hey, husband. Exactly. Hey, again, yes, Mayor. Exactly, Mayor. You got it, Mayor.
That's because there's no other hill to die on, because President Trump continues to deliver on the promises that he made to the American people on the campaign trail, and going through the federal government line by line and making this government more efficient is one of those priorities and one of those promises that President Trump made. And as you just cited, John, 56% of Americans support freezing foreign aid. Right. And I read a fascinating article in the Washington Post today. They interviewed voters in Pennsylvania, and all of them said that they support President Trump and Elon Musk's efforts to make this government more efficient. What President Trump and Elon Musk and this entire administration is trying to do is make our bloated bureaucracy here in Washington run like a profitable business. And every agency has been tasked with going line by line and ensuring that the American taxpayers' money is aligned with the American people's interests. It's a common sense solution to fixing a decades-old problem of bloated bureaucracy, waste, fraud, and abuse. And the vast majority of Americans support it. So the Democrats can hoot and holler all they want. This White House will stay committed to delivering on President Trump's priorities and being good stewards of the hard.
Democratic Congressman Jared Moskowitz from Florida is the member of the bipartisan DOGE caucus, and he joins me now. Congressman, thank you very much for being here. I want to put up a number that is a poll number from the Fox News voter analysis at the election. And it shows that people were asked, how much change would you like to see in how the country is run? And 83%.
Okay. Again, the American people have spoken. Substantial change or complete and total upheaval. Roger, nice to see a president who does not sniff little girls. Roger. Let me read Lanita's statement. Sadly, the Black Congressional Caucus are just in it for the money. They get millions in donations, gifts, and perks from political donors. There needs to be an investigation on their under-the-table deal. Lanita, so supposedly the reason that they were created were to help Black Americans. Well, since they're not helping Black Americans, I say that the Congressional Black Caucus needs to be disbanded. How many of you agree with me? All they do is help immigrants. They don't help Americans. So don't create something and say this is created for you and they're only doing for other people. That's crazy. Kamala was scary. Okay, William.
Said they wanted substantial change or complete and total overhaul. Your thoughts on your colleagues who are very upset with what Musk is doing, despite the fact that he's cutting through a lot of waste in the government so far?
No, thanks for having me. That poll is exactly one of the reasons why I joined the DOGE caucus. Is that I do believe government needs to be run more efficiently, and I do believe that government needs to save money, and I do believe there are lots of programs that are older programs or some expenditures that we can get rid of. That's why I joined the DOGE caucus. I believe in the mission. What is going on, though, Martha? Let's separate the mission from the execution. Right? The execution of what's happening is not what was told. What was told is that DOGE was going to be an advisory role, and it was going to find these programs, make those recommendations, and then Congress was going to do that. That's how Article 1 of the Constitution works. What's happening instead is DOGE on their own is nixing programs that are funded by Congress. And so that is where there is some concern. By the way, don't listen to me, listen to Republicans. Republicans in November, The Economist did a poll. 47% of Republicans wanted Elon Musk very involved with the government. That same poll that was taken last week, only 26% of Republicans now want him very involved with the government.
I'm aware of that number. You know what? I've been covering this for a long time, and there have been efforts that Congress was deep into where spending was going to be cut, and ultimately it never happened. So when I see that number of Republicans, as you say, who were supportive of Musk, who now aren't, what I see is the pushback of Congress to not want spending cut. There is so much. Let me just, we could talk numbers forever, but just take a look at this. The Government Accountability Report, $236 billion in improper payments just in 2023. And 79% of that comes from Medicare, Medicaid, federal.
Everyone see that? Okay. 236 billion, 79% from 5 program areas: Medicare, Medicaid, pandemic unemployment assistance, earned income tax credit, and paycheck protection program. Okay. Oh, wow. Lanita, do away with it. They're not doing their job. They're bought and sold on the modern day Democratic plan. Yes, Lanita. If I had if Trump would get rid of the Congressional Black Caucus, oh my God, that would be a glorious day. Good afternoon, Chris. Rita, Illinois pays $800 million to take care of illegals. Chicago, where I live, paid $500 million since 2022. We're being taxed to death. A group of city workers had their retirement benefits taken away. Right, Rita? Oh, Rahm Emanuel. Yeah, he was. Oh my God. Lori Lightfoot was bad. Rahm Emanuel was bad. And then they put this other loser in there. So Chicago, you need to change up the way you do things. Oh my God. They have not had a Republican mayor since 1931. Wow. Yeah. So try something different, Chicago. Giving taxpayer money away through foreign aid for many, many years. Right, Steve? And Americans need that money.
Federal pandemic unemployment assistance. So maybe we need a bulldozer to come in and make these cuts and then move to Congress to approve anything that really falls more in Congress's venue.
Well, Martha, let me say 2 things. One is we still have to do it legally, right? And so I understand we want to make these cuts, but we still have to do it legally. The second thing I would say is go look at the debt clock right now. And look, it's only been 2 weeks. I'm a reasonable, rational guy, but we can have this conversation 2 weeks from now. We can have this conversation a month from now. Yeah. Go look at the debt clock. It's not stopped. It's not reversed. We're still adding to the deficit and the debt. And so the only way we're going to reverse that is it's going to have to go through the legislative body. It's going to have to come to reconciliation.
But some of it can be done by executive order. I mean, for example, USAID was created by a presidential edict.
Okay, but the debt
USAID was moved out of the State Department, now back into the State Department. Those are all executive authorities.
I got it, but it hasn't stopped the debt clock.
Well,
if you
that's
look,
gonna
if you
take some
go,
time
if you
if
go
it's
look at the
17
debt
trillion.
clock,
Yeah.
if you go look at the debt clock that Thomas Massey wears, and I'm going to start wearing it because I joined the DOGE caucus.
Yeah.
The debt clock needs to start reversing. That's when we know when we have success. And so, listen, again, I'm a DOGE member. I agree with the mission, but we have to execute this correctly.
All right, Jared Moskowitz, thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming on. And I think after they get through the things they can do with executive orders, they're going to need a lot of help from Congress. So we thank you for joining us today. Thanks, sir.
All right. And so I pretty much, you've heard the crux of what I wanted you to hear. And some of you have probably, some of you guys are already aware of the opposition that the Trump administration is receiving. You've heard some of the mayors, you've heard some of the governors talking about what they're doing, just doing a lot of posturing basically, but talking about what they're going to do. Let me see, Mayor, what happened, Mayor? Okay. Lanita, reparations to FBA would have been cheaper than caring for illegal immigrants. FBA would give the economy a major boost because of citizenship spending right here in the USA. The money will circulate. Okay. Peter, we'll see how many Republicans are on the take when bills are pushed to wrangle and spending. Peter, that's when we're going to find out who all the rhinos are. You're absolutely right. They're Republican, but just wait. Trump found out the first go round. Yeah, a lot of those Republicans, they're smiling, but they weren't on his side. So you're absolutely right. Steve, how much of that money is kicked back to the politicians? Steve, too much of it. Zully, no charity in our houses, homeless, and our soldiers in the streets. What is wrong? Right. Right, Zully, and that's all I'm saying. I mean, as I hate for them to take my taxes, but at least spend them on Americans. And spending money on homeless vets, I support that 100%. Combat, you're afraid to look at the debt clock? Yeah, me too. I'm sure it's pretty depressing. We can thank the Democrats. They didn't help it. They made it worse. Guess I didn't believe Trump when he was campaigning on what he was going to do. Mayor, I did. Normally what he says, he tries to do. He's just doing it at warped speed, which is good. Combat, get rid of rhinos. Hideous like McConnell. Yeah, Combat Medic. McConnell, Mad Max, several other people. They are advanced in age. I'm sorry, but they need to go. Enjoy the rest of your life. What is left? Oh my God. It must be the power. It must be intoxicating. They don't want to give it up. They shouldn't have a right to continue to hold that office. Come on, we know. Let's just be honest, folks. You know, as you age, your cognitive abilities, not saying that they just go away, but they do decline a bit. And I think it would be good to get some younger people with some fresher ideas. Peter, if you or I make an honest mistake on a decimal point filing taxes, we get audited all the way back to birth. Peter, yes. Truth bomb. Donna, guys, all we can do is pray and trust in our leader. Donna, you're right, dear. You're absolutely right. William, Lindsey Graham is a right. Yes, William. Yes. Yeah, you got it. Lanita, Kelly Ray, you get it. The worst treated people and no closure to the madness. Okay. And I think that was all. Yeah, that was all I had to share with you. Yeah. And I just shared, I wanted to cover this because we'd been talking about it. And I think someone mentioned it in last night's video. And I said, yeah, I can do that. But yeah, folks, we have to make sure we're observing everything that they're trying to do. Roger, voters are to blame. They keep reelecting these people. Yeah. And so we have to remain vigilant And people, again, if you have more than 2 brain cells, you can see through what the Democrats are doing. And I just hope that people are smart and intelligent enough not to fall. They're being used like pawns, just like the Biden-Harris administration used these illegals as pawns. They didn't care anything about these people. Now they're gone from office, and these people are in a quandary. And it's not right, folks. They didn't care anything about those people. They flooded the country. They wanted a new voting base. And so people's feelings, they're always talking about hurting people's feelings. I didn't hear any Democrat say anything negative in reference to Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, who had flooded this country with all these people. And now they're stuck. Now they're going right back. It's a mess. They caused one big mess. That's what they did. Her Kamala is still collecting. Lanita, yes. They're still deducting money out of people's checking accounts. I was watching, I forgot what it was. Yeah. So they're just scammers. Put Mitch McConnell out to pasture. Robert, I said he can go to Shady Pines with Mad Max. Doreen, how you doing, love? Send them to Mad Max and Mitch McConnell can sit there and chew the cud all day long. Just go. Producer Mark, how you doing? Upvoted to my favorite and one of the best channels on YouTube. Thank you, Producer Mark. Thank you so much for coming through, love. Yeah, we're just you might have to go back and do the replay because I did play couple of clips. Pam Bondi suing Chicago. Good. Shady Pine. Yes, Lanita. Why would you? They are advanced in age. They have more years behind them than they do ahead of them. Why won't they leave? Peter, it is. I just want people to be intelligent enough not to fall into the hands of the Democrats and don't let them use you as pawns. Donna, oh my God. Donna, if the Curry Queen had won the election, this country would be over. Producer Mark will be adding you to our favorite channels. Thank you, Producer Mark. Thank you so much. And that's what it's all about, folks. Alaskan Republican women is king of the Rhine. Okay, William, nobody here wants a sanctuary city, so Brandon Johnson has to go testify in front of Congress. Good. Doreen, Prosperity texted me. She continues to text me. And so, yeah. So just like, all the videos, those of you who've been here with the last few videos that I've done on the Superman, Tiffany Henyard, voting has consequences. Put blinders on. Don't look at someone's skin. Choose the best person. No DEI. No making history. That's why the village of Dalton and the township of Thornton is suffering the way that they're suffering now. Roger, all he needs to do, Roger, if Trump stops sending federal money to any state, they can't make it. And all of the posturing will stop. Pritzker, yeah, he needs to go to jail. And Roger said, put him on a diet. Roger. Lanita, those dusty old heads making big money and don't want to let go in DC. Look, Lanita, how much more money do they need? I don't get it. Brandon Johnson came up with one excuse after another why he couldn't go to Washington. He's a cow. Yes, he's going to continue to go against his constituents, the people who voted him in office, for people who aren't citizens. Again, I think I forgot who said it earlier. The Democrats don't get it, which is good. I'm glad they don't get it. They'll never win another election, and I love it. That's a win for America, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, they'll never win another election. If you look at the referendum from the American people, everything that the Democrats like or support, America said, no, we don't want that. Producer Mark, I think, in my opinion, nothing will happen to Tiff. Producer Mark, she is under investigation. Now, Producer Mark, now you keep coming around because now this is what I said. If I think you know how you cut a deal with the feds and you rat on everyone else. Producer, you know how that works. Aurelius, how you doing, love? Blessings. I think Tiffany's going to look around, and she's a narcissist. So I think she's going to start singing like a canary, and voila. She's going to get a slap on the wrist, or she won't have that much time. Rolynn, you have to live stream on March 4th. He is going to Washington, D.C. Yes, I hope it's on what I got to find out what day of the week it is. Yes, I'll live stream, Doreen, as soon as I get off from work that day. Producer Mark, did you hear my statement, love? Yeah, Producer Mark, she's a narcissist. And all of these people that have this undying love for her, and they just wouldn't cooperate with Lori Lightfoot. When the FBI comes, that's going to be a different story. And I really feel she is going to cut a deal, because those millions of dollars that are not accounted for and all of these other shenanigans, yeah, she's going to cut a deal. And she has a daughter as well. Kelly, that's the problem. They never want to retire because of the greed and the power. Billions aren't enough. Right, Kelly? Right. Peter, states should receive federal money. Makes me wonder why I pay state taxes. Double dipping. Peter, I hate paying the state and the federal. Yeah. They get you until you die, Peter. Producer, so what do you think? Producer Mark, what do you think? Do you agree with that, love? Kelly, she might not get restitution and probation. That's probably, yeah, Kelly, you know how it is when you cut a deal and you rat everyone else out. That's how that works. Yeah. Pritzker's a billionaire. Wow. Yes, Steve, I heard that. March 4th, Doreen. Yeah, I heard about that. Thank you. Pritzker owns Hyatt and many health businesses. Okay, Roger. The health businesses aren't helping him at all, are they? Yeah, so that's pretty much Rita. Tiff's boyfriend got fired. Rita, Rita, were you here last night? I did a video on that, love. I'll have to drop that link. Rita, here's the link from the video I did last night, love. Yeah, Rita, I just dropped. You see that link I dropped? Yeah, they fired him and one of Tiff's allies. Yeah, Mr. Moore is his name. Robert, okay, and Rita, as you watch the video, you know, when some of the people are talking, you might need to put headphones on or earbuds in because it's hard. You know, those mics are ghetto. Tiff spent all the money and she didn't buy a nice set of microphones. Robert, Prosperity and her group are doing a good job of exposing those corrupt Chicago officials. Yes. Producer Mark, you are right. Okay, thank you, Producer Mark. Producer Mark, straight narcissist. When you look in the dictionary, you see a picture of Tiffany Henyard. She's not, She's going to go in there and sing like a canary. Producer Mark, whenever this unfolds, please make sure you come back and say, Rolynn, you told me. Lanita, the agenda of the Dems is still so out of space that normal people couldn't even wrap their brain around it. Lanita, facts. Tiff's boyfriend has to find another purse. Mayor. Yeah, producer Mark. Peter, you weren't here last night. Okay, see you, Peter. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow. I don't know, maybe 2, 3, I don't know, or maybe 5 or 6 o'clock. Producer, send me an email. LSIBERT. I'm sending you my email now. Okay, there you go. Do you see it, Producer Mark? Now that's an L, that's not an I. LSIBERT at ymail.com. As soon as I receive your email, Producer Mark, I will respond. That way you'll know that I received it. Because a lot of people are like, I sent you an email. And I'm like, I never received it. They think that lowercase L is an I. And so, yeah. All right, we're going to go. I enjoyed each of you. I'm going to go let you enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Woo! And Donna, okay. Donna, thank you for dropping in. All right. But I will be live tomorrow, folks. Okay. And I'll drop this link again. Donna, I don't think you were here. I dropped that link. Please check it out. Roger, thank you so much, Roger. Check out my link from the video last night where they fired Tiffany's boyfriend. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Good night and God bless all of you as well. And you know what I do? I'm going to the comment section to talk to each of you. And I'll stay there and talk to you as long as you're there. So thank you again for spending your very valuable time here at the Rolynn's Reviews YouTube channel. I'm on my way to the comment section to talk to you right now.